أَفَحَسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ عَبَثًا.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Dear brothers in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, in today's program, we will try to discuss a very important topic, that is family planning and what Islam says about this. Family planning means to limit the children using birth control methods, either temporary or permanent method. First of all, we will try to look into the book of Allah and the tradition of Rasulullah, what it says about this practice. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in his book, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم نساؤكم حرث لكم فأتوا حرثكم أن شئتم وقدموا لأنفسكم. That is, your wives are as a tilth for you. So, go to the place of cultivation however you wish, but seek or do the advance for your future generation. So the main purpose, according to Mufti Shafi, in his book Ma'arif al-Quran, under this commentary of this ayah, he clarifies that in Islam, a Muslim should go to his wife not just for the enjoyment, but to fulfill the purpose وَقَدِّمُوا لِأَنفُسِكُمْ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made nikah mashru for this purpose. And similarly, on the commentary section of this ayah, Amin Hassan Islahi, this particular ayah indicates that there is no place of family planning in Islam. Rather, Nisaukum harsul lakum, it clearly discards the concepts of family planning. And further Quran says, فَالْآنَ بَاشِرُهُنْ وَابْتَغُوا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. You can have sexual intimacy with your wives and seek what Allah has destined for you. Again, in the section of this ayah, in Tafsir al-Jalalain, and in another tafsir, like by Shabbir Usmani, or another tafsir, Tafsir Mazhari, it is clearly said that in Islam, the mubasharat should be for the purpose of وَابْتَغُوا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ, that a Muslim should seek the fazl of Allah, the rizq of Allah, the ni'mah of Allah in the form of children. So, these ayah are clearly saying that in Islam, the purpose of nikah is to lower the gaze, to fulfill the desire, and also to seek the blessings of Allah. The main purpose through these two ayah, وَقَدِّمُوا لِأَنفُسِكُمْ and وَابْتَغُوا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ, it clearly indicates that a person should seek the blessings of Allah in the form of children. He should not practice such as that is called the modern thing, the family planning. And what Rasulullah ﷺ said, تَزَوَّجُوا الْوَلُودُ الْوَدُودُ فَإِنِّي مُكَاثِرٌ بِكُمُ الْأُمَمِ. This is Sahih by Albani. In this, Rasulullah ﷺ gives us guidance that marry those women who are loving and fertile, prolific, and produce more children, so that our Nabi ﷺ should outnumber the another nation by us, yani by marrying the women like this. So these are few guidance from the book of Allah and from the tradition of Rasulullah ﷺ that clearly says that the family planning has no place in Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already planned. So we don't need to plan anything. We should only plan for akhirah. The risk is in the hand of Allah. We should believe in Him and we should not do this. So now we are coming to the point. Every action has intention. So the first question is, if somebody does this family planning, he should be asked why he is doing this. If he is doing for the fear of risk, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَوْلَادُكُم مِّنْ إِمْلَاقٍ وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَوْلَادُكُم مِّنْ خَشْيَةِ إِمْلَاقٍ. Don't plan your family just because of this, that risk, provision, or for the fear of the provision. Somebody has the provision, but then he fears that the more people will be coming to his family, maybe his status will be lowered down. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, because of the children you will be given the provision. So don't do this. And seriously he doubts in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being raziq when his intention is this. Another intention, a people can do family planning or limiting the number of children, either 1 or 2 or 4 or 5, whatever. If he limits, then basically he does the family planning because he doesn't have any authority to limit the number of children, because it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already who has told in Quran that whom he wish he give boy, whom he wish he give girls, whom he wish he give both, and whom he wish he doesn't give anything. So, and how many in number? This is the decision of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you should not play any role in this, because all this ayah and the prophetic guidance tells us not to do this practice. And somebody who does family planning and his intention is to follow the norm of society in which there is 2 children or 1 child is normal, then it is also haram, because one should follow the Quran and Sunnah and should not follow the society which is corrupt in general. And if his intention is to follow the kuffar, and sometimes a person feel like it should be nuclear, a agenda or a something coming from the West, then he is imitating the kuffar. And Rasulullah clearly said, "Man tashabbaha biqawm fahuwa minhum." One who imitates someone, he is from them. So one should take care of this, the guidance of Rasulullah, what he said, and the purpose of marriage in Islam clearly understood from these ayah, قَدَّمُوا لِأَنفُسِكُمْ and وَابْتَغُوا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ, and several ayah, لَا تَقْتُلُوا. So one should think that which sunnah he is following. If somebody is, some women, if she is complaining about the pain and agony, then I should say to those sisters that all women go through this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clearly said, وَوَصَّلَ الْإِنسَانِ بِوَالِدَيْهِ حَمَلَتُ أُمَّهُ وَهْنًا عَلَى وَهْنٍ. Therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enjoined a man to take care for his parent as his mother carried him weakness after weakness. So, that's why a mother has 3 times more rights on the children than father. This is because this. So, just because of this pain and agony, somebody, if he is practicing family planning, then it is haram. And if somebody is another things, like which is just not suitable according to Sharia, then it is also haram. So only condition where you can use family planning or some temporary methods is only when your child is breastfed, or when as a woman you are much sick and your risk of life is too much for the next pregnancy or like that, then only for the temporary basis until you recover, you can use some form of temporary methods like azal or coitus interruptus. Still, some another methods like permanent method is completely haram according to all the scholars. And also those methods, ongoing pills, is haram because this changes physiological characteristics inside the human body, and you don't have any right to change this physiology. because this is the change in khilqat, as per the another ayah in Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned. So another type of like tubectomy or those things, they are not basically contraceptives, they are implementations, a early form of abortion. So only, valid way is the azal or like this, and that can be used only for the temporary duration, as I told, or as another scholars telling, or another fuqaha, they are telling, only the condition like the women is so much weak and fragile and health condition is too bad, cannot bear the next pregnancy. So for some time, until she recovers, she can, use this type of temporary contraceptives. That's it. This is the family planning in Islam. Rest all other, somebody by choice, just 1 or 2 children, and now they are just enjoying. They don't want to, seek. They don't follow this ayah, وَابْتَغُوا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ, or they don't follow this ayah, وَقَدِّمُوا لِأَنفُسِكُمْ. Then they are in blatant, against this ayah of, in the Quran, and also the wish of Rasulullah sallam. So one should think whom he is following, what is his purpose. Remember, O brothers in Islam, what is best Allah has given to you. So these children are basically blessing. These children are a source of your sadqa jariyah when you die. These children are, if you guide them, if you nurture them in Islamic way, they are the good source for you to reach in the Jannah. And they are the provision also for you. Who knows which child will give you more in terms of provision, respect. So many, good persons, Nobel laureates, they are not the second or third child. They may be 5th or 6th or 7th or 8th or 10th. Only Allah knows. So don't limit your children, 1 or 2 or 4 or 5 or whatever. Just decide, do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded you to do, and let the planning should be coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, provision is coming from Him. And He is the best planner. And He has already planned everything. By our planning, nothing will change. Our heart should be bigger and bigger, so that more children you rear, more children you are making them Islamic, then you are doing more, good job. You are more fitting into the scheme of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this, this whole relationship and whole purpose, whole hikmah of this mubasharat and nikah and everything that you do. So, brothers in Islam, once again, let me conclude. There is no such thing family planning in Islam. Already, there are several ayah I recited before you and the hadith, and also I conveyed to you from the several scholars that all permanent methods are haram and only temporary methods are allowed, that I said only in some specific condition, that is the health and the breastfeed. That's it. So there is no such fun. In Islam, you are the responsible being, you are the accountable person. There will be a time when those, the killed children, بِأَيِّ ذَنْبٍ قُتِلَتْ, they will ask to Allah, what was my sin that I was being killed? So some people say I am not killing, but according to Sharia, anything tantamount to killing is killing. Preventing pregnancy is also haram according to Islam, because there is clear-cut guidance in the Quran and Sunnah that you have no role to do this. If you are a true Muslim, then whatever Allah's messenger gives, you take it. From whatever He forbids, just stop from there. So I hope I have conveyed to you, and if you want to further go into research, then you can look into the tafasir of Mazhari, Jalalain, and Mufti Shafi, Marif al-Quran. Also you can look into the fatwa of Ibn Baz and Ibn Usaymin. Whatever I have told, I have just conveyed to you the scholar's opinion, and if you have any comment, you can leave it to the comment section, and inshallah we will try to give you the reply. And do your best, and don't do the practice of this, that is not suitable being a mu'min, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Udkhulu fi silmi kaffa wa la tattabi'u khutuwati shaitan," that come into Islam in full and don't follow the footstep of shaitan. وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَل لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. The one who fears Allah, Allah makes the ways for him. So Just make your heart big and try to be a good Muslim. Try to make your offspring a good Muslim. That's it. This will save you.